You cannot focus on trying to be your employee's friend. You have to be their leader. And to be their leader, sometimes you need to tell them things that they don't want to hear but need to hear. I see this happen a lot in businesses where you grew the business with some people, maybe it's friends or family you started the business with, and you're constantly trying to just make it a great place and make everything happen and give everybody everything they want so that they want to stay and they don't push back and they don't get upset and no one ever yells or gets frustrated. If you're in a work environment right now in the home service industry and people are always happy, that means they're not being driven hard enough. And not in a bad way and not like in a let's outwork our people, but like most of your employees could be better. But you have to understand that there is a fine line between leadership and friendship, because to be a leader, you have to regularly push people beyond what they're capable of. Your job is to pull people to a place that is bigger, better, badder, and more lucrative than they ever imagined on their own. Well, to do that, you have to pull people out of their comfort zone or push people out of their comfort zone or lead them out of their comfort zone. To grow, you need to get out of your comfort zone. So inherently, it's going to hurt. You're outside your comfort zone. It's no longer comfortable, which means you're gonna get pushback, which means you're gonna get people that don't believe in it. Don't buy into the mission that you're driving or the target or the initiative, whatever it is. It's your job to understand why you're doing something. That's the biggest gap when it comes to understanding the line between friendship and leadership. You're with these people all the time. Maybe you see them more than your family. You're bound to build friendships. But there has to be a line between this is what's right for the mission of the business and this is what you're saying you want to do. I'm going to need you on this side of the line, and that comes with some uncomfortable conversations sometimes. I see it happen a lot on the production side. You just pick your friend's word for how things are going, how things are happening. Is it good? Is it bad? You don't know. You're just taking his word for it. There's no accountability, which is why I'm really focused on managing to behaviors and activity than results. Because anybody can put some lip service on something and tell you everything's going great, hey, no problem, that project was that so-and-so's fault, or that project was that so-and-so's fault, where honestly, it was probably your friend, the production manager's fault. But you were afraid to push back a little bit because you didn't want to upset the friendship. It's your job to make sure the mission of the business is held accountable, regardless of relationships or emotions. That's the unfortunate reality of leadership. It has to be emotionless sometimes. It has to be just based on the facts. The facts are, team, we're not profitable and we need to fix that. Because the worst thing you can do is hold on to a friend as an employee too long and they drain the life out of your business because they're not bought in, they're not doing the right activities, they don't have a good attitude. That's the worst case scenario. So first off, draw the line early. Hey, this is a friend conversation, or hey, this is a leadership conversation. You can do both. You can sit down like me and Ryan sometimes, we've butted heads on some stuff, but we know like, hey, this is a friendship conversation, or hey, this is a business conversation. They don't always mix and match. Sometimes it's very clear. You as the owner need to appreciate that, and them as the employee need to appreciate that. When is it a business conversation? When is it a friendship conversation? Because they're always blending together. You're gonna have blurred lines. No one's gonna know where you're coming from. So figure out where it is in your business where maybe you've given too much leeway to somebody or too much control, too much something to somebody because they're your friend, and maybe they're not managing it well enough because you're not tracking it because you're taking their word for it. The unfortunate reality is you gotta know the details, you gotta know the numbers, you gotta know what's happening and not happening with proof, with accountability, with tracking, just not because you don't trust them, not because you wanna be a big brother, but because you need to understand the details of your business from a trackability, measurable perspective. So understand it is not your job to be their friend, it is your job to be their leader. And to do that, you have to make them uncomfortable sometimes. So that's something you gotta learn, it's something you gotta try, it's something you gotta get better at. If I can help you, I'd love to, because I love helping business owners win fast and win often.